Alright guys, welcome to the next episode of 7 Layers of Shungite. You know what had to happen. I don't think that unfortunately, I don't think that the Dr. Disrespect collab or the Nico Caro Avocado collab is I don't think it's gonna fall through. I think a lot of people are upset about my takes on this, but this is a different take. You might like this take, right? So today we're gonna cover the Act Man. Now, the Act Man versus AndyPants Gaming. Now, I do not watch the Act Man. I'm not a big fan. His content is, he makes a lot of effort content, a lot of prepared content, video game content. Now, he exists on his own planet, the internet, which is fine. He has his own beliefs, which I disagree with a lot of them on Twitter. But to each their own. Now, AndyPants Gaming. AndyPants Gaming, if you want to start from the bottom to the top, AndyPants Gaming started just making prepared content, YouTube content, gaming content. His magnum opus, his first real breadwinner of a video was, when did games become so soft? Now, the topic of the video, it really resonated with a lot of players, even the thumbnail. You got CJ from San Andreas, and you have the 2024 Saints Row remake, that awful remake. Now, yeah, a lot of the sentiments, if you want to know my take, I do not like DI and DI and identity politics in video games. I grew up with characters like Leon from Resident Evil 4 and Dante from Devil May Cry 3. There's characters like Duke Nukem. I would like to see like more characters like Duke Nukem, just with more silly, fucking goofy, like masculine kind of characters. But like, that's just how I feel. Now, my beliefs aren't going to if I feel some way about a topic and it does good, I can't feel like I want to ride that wave, because it's like, you ride that wave and then what? Then what? People here for you, or are they here for you covering the topic that they want to hear about? So you guys go. He keeps going. The next video, just 10K after the 661K when did games come so soft video. Next one after that, why open world games are broken. He keeps going. The prepared content just doesn't get as many views. And then bam, what makes something woke? His first 188K. 188K. The next one, 2.5 million. The same topic covered back to back. You see the pattern, right? This was its own isolated video. And then he like, all right, I'm gonna move on to something else. Fallout, does Fallout. Goes to any other thing, but it doesn't find success. Back to back, woke and who killed masculinity in video games. Back to back, successful videos. Next one, playing games is wrong. Low views. Why are games so gay now? 952K. Do you see the pattern here? Do you see the pattern with these two bars? With these two? Is that these two videos don't have anything to do with woke or DEI content. And these two videos don't have anything to do with woke and DEI content. But this guy makes two videos back to back that are successful. And then he follows the same pattern of putting two videos that don't have to do with that topic. And then two more videos that are successful again because of that topic. Now he does a 1 hour live, I guess it's like a podcast or whatever. He does that, low views. Next video, is this DEI the game? 458K. The next one, and then he says, fuck it. He says, fuck it. I'm gonna go full throttle. Whoop. Are gamers homophobic? The world, and then I guess he goes back, like he garners the audience from the two videos that he had prior, and he tries to keep them with another video. So the World War II game everyone forgot has nothing to do with the topic, but it has a lot of views because of him covering these two back to back. Goes over here, another one. So at this point, he's just going full throttle. He's gone full throttle with the anti-woke and DEI in video games content, which is, why is that an issue? Because it's what is the difference between this and this. The thumbnails. You know, the thumbnails and the titles. These two videos are just, this is clean. This is a cleaner version of a slop kind of content. This is just pure slop. This is like, you know, dusted, little sprinkles on the slop, you know, like just cleaned up. It's the same kind of format. Now you even have this. This is just a lot. This is a lot. Like this is doing too much. Now, a lot of people call him a grifter, AndyPants Gaming, because he was doing something like this and it wasn't working, and he kept doing something until it worked, and now he's on this, riding this wave for something that he really doesn't care about as much as he leads to go on about. So I think with the amount of people calling him a grifter, it made him want to make a video about these three content creators. Now, like I said, I don't have any affiliation with any of these three. But we're gonna watch his reaction. We're gonna watch his list too. Like, what's the difference between these two guys? You got Hypnotic over here, and you got the quartering. I feel like the quartering, he inspired this guy into making the same kind of slop content that just gets eaten up. It gets eaten up. Like, how many times can you sit there and watch, like, people just keep talking about, like, oh, we have an issue with our video games. Video games are too woke.
People was at one time.
All right, so take it from the top.
With every new video I make now, I'm like, probably going to get canceled after this one. Oh, well, here we go. So in this video, I want to talk about a disturbing pattern that I've begun to notice in some of our most celebrated YouTubers.
This is a disturbing pattern as well. It's just, why is it a disturbing pattern, you might ask? Because it's perpetuating that this meta is disgusting. This meta, I don't like it, because it's perpetuating a belief that you have to make these kinds of videos in order to, like, do anything on YouTube. Like, you have to follow this kind of meta, and which you do, because, like, but I don't, oh my god, the day that I can't, like, when you look at your recommended, and it's just a bunch of this, like, that's just, I feel like that's really bad.
I, like many people, was at one time a fan of the Actman, Skill Up, and Bellular. But as time has gone on, I've noticed a pretty upsetting trend in the content of all three of these guys. Have you noticed these three creators never call anything woke? And if they do, they're making fun of you for using the term? Have you noticed they never talk about the obvious uglification of women in games the past few years? Have you noticed they never talk about the LGBTQI_7 community and how they basically run video games right now? Have you noticed they never point out obvious racism against white people? In fact, they'll often say lies like, racism against white people isn't possible. Have you noticed none of them ever talk about the trillions of dollars companies make by bumping up their DEI and ESG initiatives and by putting evil, woke nonsense in their games? Have you noticed they never talk about the complete removal of masculinity from video games? So why? Why are these three dudes intentionally avoiding calling out wokeness in games? To put it simply, it's because these dudes are cucks. They're pussies. All three of these guys are definitely voting for Kamala Harris in November. I heard Endymion call him Ackmam one time, and the label definitely fits.
I feel like this video is bait. This video has to be bait. Well, let's look at the facts, right? So Concord, I think a lot fits in the description of you know, ugly, DEI. So let's see how Ackman covered Concord, and then we'll really know for certain what's his grievances.
Posted this update, an important update on Concord. Concord fans, we've been listening to your feedback since the launch of Concord on PlayStation 5 and PC, and want to thank everyone who has joined the journey abroad the North Star. Your support and the passionate community that—
Oh my god, was the video too low? No, that one is good.
That has grown around the game has meant the world to us. I think one of the saddest things a person can witness is a situation where all hope is clearly lost. There is no light at the end of the tunnel, and yet there is still an element of positivity to it. man, that fucking sucks for the developers. Like, you can sit here and say, yeah, it's their fucking fault for making this game nobody wanted and nobody cared to buy. But there are genuinely talented developers, you know, people on the ground floor who don't make the creative decisions, who probably put their heart and soul into this job. And
okay, so we have two astronomically different sides of the leaning. You know, they both agree that the game is bad, but the way that Ackman is covering it, the way that Ackman is covering it is making this guy really, really upset. Now, what does that say about AndyPants Gaming, though? I feel like that says that he leads on to care way more about this issue than he really does. He's thinking more about garnering views rather than, like, actually trying to formulate a point that hasn't been said already. Because a lot of this anti-woke content, I'm sorry if you don't want to hear it, but a lot of it is oversaturated. A lot of it is oversaturated content where people are essentially saying the same shit in every single video, and it works. And it's worked for this guy so much that he's made a career off of it. And now it's like, if you don't think that the way I do, it's wrong think. Like, he's accusing it's just gotten to the point where you can't have your own opinion about a certain situation without being called woke. Like, when I like seeing Ackman talk about the developers and having sympathy for the developers, I that game was a flop. I would I have a really harsher take about like the whole thing, but I can respect his take because I have had a game dev friend. I've had a game dev friend before, and I bet his take would be similar to the Ackman. Like, these guys they're paid game devs. They're being paid to do what execs are telling them to do. And yeah, I can respect the take, but I'm not gonna. I feel like he's accusing this guy of being a pussy, being a Kamala voter, being a fucking like what? Does that make you masculine? Does that make you masculine? Like, I just don't understand what's the point of this video with woke YouTubers when essentially the only thing that made you relevant was talking about a topic that you refuse to put down. Why do you refuse to put down the topic? Because it's the only thing that people watch you for. It's the only thing that you care about. It's kind of mind-boggling when you have someone that's made a career off of anti-woke content, and then they've taken it upon themselves to morally grandstand on someone else's belief. Like, is your belief even real, AndyPants Gaming? Do you believe the stuff that you say? Or is everything for views? Because when I look at your channel history, when I look at what you've been doing, when I see the pattern, I'm not seeing, I don't feel like I'm not seeing a genuine pattern. I'm not seeing one where you have the moral authority to make a video about woke YouTubers and call other people out for not calling out things, but you made a career about calling out one thing.
I'll get to the deeper reasons in a minute. I just watched an entire Ackman video about Concord. I know, it was painful. It contained a lot of tired millennial jokes. I'm a millennial, by the way, takes one to know one. He talked a lot about low player numbers. He talked about how much money it wasted. And then when he gets to the part where you're supposed to talk about why the game failed, he just says, bad gameplay, bad character design. What?
Let's actually see what he said.
Into this game, and it's just
So in the chapters of the video, redemption is impossible. Concord's bad marketing. Hero shooters are getting stale, which is true. In a market where Concord was a paid game, a $40 game. $40 game when all these games are free. Like, these are valid reasons as to why the game failed. Are you just upset that there aren't the same reasons that you want to... They're not the same, like... Other people have more self-respect with their content. Like, I'm sorry to tell you, but it just doesn't... When you have advertisers on your videos... It's not right to be like, yo, like, these guys are just they're gay-ass YouTubers that are promoting shilling for Kamala Harris. Like, who has more to lose? You that's grifting off of one fucking topic, the only topic that you can talk about, the only one that makes you feel hard, the only one that's, like, gets you relevant. or this, or like this guy who's made more, like he's made effort posts that get big numbers, that get views without resorting to one topic, without resorting to just one single topic. So am I sweeping? Am I glazing Actman? Hell no. But I'm just stating the facts that one person is clearly trying to shove their ideology and their beliefs onto somebody else, and which is funny because I would be willing to assume that he has said that there's a lot of people spreading and just putting their woke ideology onto him, but he's putting his anti-woke ideology onto the Ackman.
Is it?
So visually unappealing. He says the game is visually unappealing.
Why do you say the game failed? About how much money it wasted, and then when he gets to the part where you're supposed to talk about why the game failed,
you're supposed to talk about why the game failed. Bad gameplay, bad characters. The unappealing...
That's the nicest way to describe it. Not just the character designs, but the UI, the weapons, the maps, everything. It's generic, it's ugly. Visually, everything has a great amount of detail and high graphical fidelity, but it lacks style, it lacks charm. It means Concord only looks like lots of money was invested into it, but not much creativity. This is a hero shooter. The heroes are the selling point. This game has to have character. If I don't like the look, feel, or sound of these characters, then there's no reason for...
AndyPants Gaming, what is that? What is that? You apparently watched that whole video, and he didn't say that there were bad characters? We just watched the part where he's criticizing the looks of the characters. He's calling them bad. He's saying in the nicest way to put it, are you upset that he's not completely shitting on it like you would? Are you upset that his name isn't AndyPants Gaming and instead it's the fucking Actman?
just says, bad gameplay, bad character design. Why do you suppose Ackman doesn't talk about the fact that Concord has 3 black females in it and not a single white man?
I have been watching the Concord Slop Fest of content where everybody's dunking on the game. And yeah, I agree, it's a shit fucking game. Like, trash ass game. But I've been watching people cover it, and AndyPants Gaming is the only person that has ever brought up the race of the characters outweighing the white characters. What do you mean there's no white men in... Wait, no. This guy is full of misinformation. Why do you suppose he doesn't talk about how the game has 3 black females in it and 0 white men? My brother in Christ, where is that guy? This guy is a playable character in the game, and he's a white man. You guys get led on like sheeps because you like the topic of the video, because it clicks for you. It's something, it's a comfort zone. It makes you happy because it's something that you want to hear. But this is just straight up a lie. This is a lie. Guys, he's lying. This is a white guy in Concord. Why is this even a point of contention? That I never even thought about Concord before. I thought the characters were fucking ugly as shit. But at no point did I ever think that one race was outweighing another race. I think AndyPants Gaming, I think he's harmful for discourse. I really do think he's harmful for discourse when he says this. When he says that, when he makes lies like this, he's very harmful to the discourse, honest discourse. Because say what you want to say about the Ackman's coverage, but this is way more honest than whatever this guy is trying to portray his take as.
Has 3 black females in it and not a single white man. Why do you suppose he doesn't talk about all the LGBTQ plus activists on Twitter?
This is what I talk about chronically online people that be taking these issues way too seriously. I know that it's a hot topic, but if you taken the issue so seriously that this is your criteria for someone being woke, a woke YouTuber, you really need to step outside. Like, you really need to value a lot of this pointless shit less. Because at the end of the day, all this shit is fucking pointless. Everything is pointless. All this thing is pointless.
Who worked on the game. Interesting. He even at one point in the video makes fun of the idea that bigger breasts would save this game. I mean, it wouldn't hurt, dude. Is that idea so ridiculous?
He's not going to show you a clip.
You'll notice similar things when watching cucks like Skill Up and Bellular analyze Concord. Why do you suppose the...
like, all right. I can't even finish this video because he's such a fucking hypocrite. He is a hypocrite. And he's a hypocrite in the sense that he's pushing his ideology onto these other YouTubers in the sense that if they don't think the way I do, then they're woke. He's making a claim that the Ackman said this.
Video makes fun of the idea that bigger breasts would save this game. I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
Doesn't show it. Doesn't clip it. Nothing. No substance. This guy is a trash YouTuber. He's a trash YouTuber. I'm sorry. Why is he trash? Because he's using an entire issue. He doesn't give a fuck about it. He's leading misinformation so he can make another video on the Ackman. He's going to make another video when he responds, and he's just going to garner all this traffic from idiots that just want to hear what they want to hear, but they don't want to hear any kind of objective fact. Like, can I believe that, yes, I don't like identity politics in my video games, I'm not going to go on Twitter and waste my time harassing people that made the game. I'm not chronic. Why are we ensuing chronic online behavior onto regular normal people? I'm willing to bet that AndyPants Gaming spends way too much time on Twitter, way too much time trying to think of the next woke DEI anti-content that he wants to make. I don't even think he has fun doing this. I think the entire... Look, does this sound like someone that has fun?
So with every new video I make now, I'm like, probably going to get canceled after this one.
Do you sound like you have fun making this? I'm probably going to get canceled off of this one, guys. Like, badumps. Like, that's how I feel about AndyPants Gaming. Like, I don't even feel like finishing the video because it's a bunch of nonsense. Like, I literally just debunked his claims about Ackman's video, and I didn't even need to watch all of it. We've gotten to the 4-minute mark. We've gotten to this mark, the 2-minute and 19-second mark, and I've already debunked the claims that he's made about the Ackman. Effort. It didn't take that much effort. It really didn't take that much effort. So bottom line is, guys, you can believe what you believe. You can campaign. You can protest for what you want to protest. But don't force, like, if you don't like it when an ideology is forced onto you, do not force your ideology onto somebody else. And that really should go for the AndyPants Gaming. It really should go for the AndyPants Gaming guy, because this video was ass. This video was trash. Like, AndyPants Gaming.
Yeah, subscribe to be Vane. Woo! Fuck, baby. Fuck, yeah. He's my favorite Vane player, baby. Fuck, baby. Fuck.